Mark Consuelos of Live ends program during terrifying event. Mark Consuelos ends Monday's episode of Live with Kelly and Mark due to an unidentified frightening occurrence that happened backstage. Notably, both the hosts and the crowd showed concern for the people involved. Technical challenges. Live with Kelly and Mark occasionally has unanticipated difficulties because it is typically taped in front of a live audience. Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, for example, had a hiccup to work through on the broadcast. A moment that caught the hosts off guard was when Kelly's microphone malfunctioned. She pauses her narration to read the on-screen instructions. She says out loud, "Turn on Kelly's mic," as she glances down at the microphone attached to her clothing. She continues, "Mark, turn on Kelly's mic," giving Mark instructions to assist. However, perplexed as he tries to get it to function, he queries, "How do you turn it on?" The crew is then directed by Mark Consuelos, who asks, "Do you want to try? Scott, you are the one." Kelly offers to just rant in an effort to move on. They all fiddle with the apparatus and resolve technical issues while in the air. Mark gives up after several attempts, and Kelly chooses to hire a new mic in its place. However, there were other problems with the live performance that day. Mark Consuelos pauses the program to check on everyone's well-being. There arose such a clatter on Monday, December 11th, Live with Kelly and Mark, in typical Christmas fashion. But Santa wasn't responsible for this. Unlike the night before Christmas, Mark Consuelos talked about the thrilling conclusion of the Kansas City Chiefs vs. Buffalo Bills game as he opened the show. He then began reading about soccer news as he transitioned to real football, declaring in other sports news, "Our Italian soccer club, the actual football team." But from offstage, there came a thunderous boom that cut him off. Kelly Ripa looks to see what happened after being distracted by the cacophonous noise. Mark is stuck in the middle of his sentence, muttering one, after adjusting to the current circumstances. The query, "Is everybody okay over there?" arises. Even though the unidentified crash briefly made the show halt and unsettling, Live with Kelly and Mark must continue on. But Kelly Ripa responds to Mark's inquiry about whether or not everyone is. "No," she responds. "We should just start over with this show. Let's all start afresh and act as though we are living." He pretends to start saying, "Hey, we're live," as Kelly suggests. Returning to the subject of soccer in the interim, he remarks, "Anyway, they won and we are now in." He pauses once more before saying, "You're in first place," to Kelly.